Hey everyone, I am on my way to going to sleep, but I wanted to review some things that have been in my reality for a while. A really good friend of mine in the community, he has been aware of the Mandela Effect changes way before I was, and today he let me know about how for him there's been a moon out in the daytime skies. And he says that's been happening for several days now. So for me, it's just a fun ride because I feel like I'm a time traveler communicating with this communication device called a intergalactic communication device because it's just a cell phone, but he's in a different reality because, or experiencing something different because for me, when I first awoke to the Mandela effect, that's when people were talking about, oh my gosh, there's a moon in the sky during the day. And that was the fall of 2017 is when I was first aware of the Mandela effect terminology and phenomenon. And this particular one with the moon showing up in the daytime skies, that was part of my reality way back in the 70s. I'm an old lady, I'm 55, so junior high. I remember asking my geography teacher in class, raised my hand to ask this question, how can the people on the other side of the earth, parentheses, we were assuming it was a globe, how could the people on the other side of the earth see the moon when we see the moon in our skies, in our daytime skies? So the teacher answered, the moon is so far away that it can be seen from everywhere on earth. I knew that that was not possible. I'd never questioned that we were a globe, never questioned that, but I did question their answer. That doesn't even make sense because the sun is far away. Why can the sun not be seen from everywhere on earth if that was the explanation for the moon? So anyhow, I have a specific memory attached to the moon being in the daytime sky all those years ago. So we can each experience different skies while being in the same here now. I actually spell that capital HERE, capital NOW with no spaces in between because we're always in one place and we're always in one time, just superimposed, sort of like a, my friend Roy and I were talking, and we ended up coming up with another great analogy. You know those overhead projectors that a teacher would use in class, and the let's just say Earth is the overhead projector, and each world that lives on Earth, there's multiple worlds, is, or realities, you can use whatever word you want to, but each thin layer of the plastic sheet that the teacher would place on the overhead projector surface, that's one world. If a second layer is placed on top, I don't know why the flash isn't working. Sorry about that. But if the second layer is placed on top, it actually looks like both. If you look at the whole, both layers, or if you put a third, all layers are existing at the same time. They're all on the projector at the same time. It's just each plastic layer, let's just say they only have, they have blinders on and they can only see their layer. Those of us who experience the Mandela Effect phenomenon, our blinders are off and we're able to see the other layers. Sometimes we're not able to see our original layer. We find ourselves on other layers of that projector metaphor. Anyhow, I'm being a space cadet, which is probably what I'll call this, because, okay, so I talked about the daytime moon. Some of us experience more than one sun. Yes, more than one sun. I actually call the sun a light source, and there will be at times more than one light source. And for me, the sun used to used to, let's just go to the basics, used to rise in the east and then arch over you like a rainbow, single rainbow, not like the double rainbows today, like arch over you, and then at high noon, at 12 o'clock p.m., the sun would be directly above you. You know, sort of. We're not on the equator, but the equator was the perfect thing for that. But it would arch above you, and that's where high noon came, because that's when the sun was the highest. And then it would continue its arch to the west. So looking at a clock, the sun would rise at 3 o'clock and then arch over the middle of the clock and then set at 9 o'clock. First of all, that arch does not even happen. It just kind of slings to the side, and it does not even make a full 180. Frequently, it's just a pie shape. It might, you know, wake up at 3 o'clock and then only set at 7 o'clock or something. So, you know, east or, but, you know, if the sun rising is a firm east, it never sets in the west anymore. Just to confuse matters, we can no longer count. If you look at, let's say, mountains, and you're like, well, that's, if the sun used to always set behind the mountains for you, you can no longer count on those mountains as being a reference point necessarily. You know, maybe the sun is still setting in the same place. It's just geography has changed. So not only does the I'm just doing my ramblings. I'm sorry. But let's just say, oh, I should probably not even upload this. I'm so tired. So not only does the sun not go from east to west, it not only does not arch over your head, but you cannot even use the geographical locations as basing what is east and west from what you were used to. And on top of all that, there's more than one light source. And for me, the clouds are like a magician's hands or arms, where during sunset and sunrise, there's always one layer of cloud covering, and then another layer of cloud covering, and then it's like there's enough time for the sun to set or rise without you noticing it. And I can never see it coming out of the horizon. It just seems to appear. So, and then frequently the colors of the dusk and the dawn do not coordinate. Well, they coordinate time-wise, but they do not match the location of where the sun source is, the light source is. So there's lots going on, obviously, but and then the most basic one is the sun used to be yellow, and not be blinding the way it is now. But and then I was in realities where the most gorgeous pinkish, orangish beautiful colored skies, and even the you know, purples and stuff. So, you know, I've been in different, I've experienced different worlds, different realities, different sheets of paper on that overhead projector. And yes, I've seen more than one sun or light source. I'll try to remember to link a video I did of one of those, I think for my original channel. Okay, since we're talking about space stuff, clouds, there used to only be 5 or 7 clouds. I do not remember all their names like Nimbus. I don't know. I don't know all their names. Sorry, I didn't pay attention too much. I passed the test, but then all the stuff I memorized would just pop out. Now there are the kinds of clouds that they have. First of all, if you look at history books, or if you look at books from the 40s or whatever, or 50s, I think I think you're the one that did a video of that, where the skies in those pictures of those old books have what we call chemtrailing clouds. People have different theories of what these airplanes that spray the skies, some say it's to poison us. I'm thinking that's to lower our vibes. I do feel like we're energetic beings, and believing that our skies are poisoning us keeps us in a certain vibration, which keeps us in a world that serves certain people or entities or whatever. It just keeps us at a different energy level. Because of my non-terrestrial experiences, yes, I'm out there, I believe there's some cloaking going on. There's some cloaking going on because of some friendships. Let us put it that way. I'm not even going to address anymore regarding the clouds. But just do look at the clouds. There'll be a whole bunch of white clouds, and then there'll be dark clouds covering something up. I don't know why I'm getting the giggles. I know I've got some new viewers. I know you guys, but you didn't know I was this out there. Surprise! Usually I'm your friendly, polite, kind-hearted neighbor or stranger, and wah! I'm a space cadet. Okay. And as I've often said, if this does not resonate with you, then this is a comedy bit. That's not funny. I don't know how to be a comic because I'm not funny. Okay, but for many of us, this is real. And then this next one, I personally was not affected by, but for some of us, I know 2 people, the order of the planets were in a different order. So from the sun, the main original sun, my father taught me, yes, he worked for NASA, so I've been programmed to believe that it was Mother Very Energetically Made a jelly sandwich using no peanut butter. So that phrase was an acronym that stood for Mercury, Venus, made a Mother made, let me see, Mercury, Mother made, no, sorry, I'm getting it wrong. Mother Very Energetically Made a jelly sandwich. So Mercury, Venus, very energetic, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Asteroid Belt for A, Mother Very Energetically Made Mars. Sorry. Mother Very Energetically, Mercury, Venus, Earth, a jelly sandwich, asteroid belt, Mars, asteroid, Jupiter, Saturn, using no peanut butter. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, when Pluto used to be considered a planet. So for two people that I know, and maybe for many of you, Mars used to be closer to the sun instead of after Earth. Used to be before Earth. So I'm in a reality, and have always been in a reality to my knowing, that it was Mother Very Energetically Made a jelly sandwich using no peanut butter. Sorry, I stumbled over that one. So who knows what it was for you. Also, I never really paid attention. I thought all the documentaries were kind of boring that my dad always tried to teach me, and all the constellations. So I'm halfway, not even halfway, I'm partially familiar with it. But, you know, the constellations, I know that they change around in the sky, but supposedly we used to be in the Sagittarius area of the Milky Way. I don't know the correct language. And now we're in the Orion Belt, not Orion Belt, Orion Spur, Orion Arm, whatever, blah, blah, blah. All I know is when I was comet watching last year, and they said to look near Orion's belt for where the comet was. When I stepped out onto the porch and looked into the night sky, which is something that I guess we should all be doing all the time anyhow, but I had not done it in, I don't know, ages and ages, that when I looked up at the sky and I saw the constellation Orion, it sort of, you know, looks like, I don't know, maybe like an H with the belt. I literally did the what the bleep thing because it shocked me at how close the constellation was to me, or to Earth. And so I was like, oh, I guess that's what they're talking about. We're closer to the Orion whatever instead of Sagittarius. So yes, I'm a girl from the Sadge World, and I don't know. That is my rambling. All I know is that we are always here now. We may have different experiences of being in different worlds, but we're all on the same overhead projector. We're all in this together. And yes, one layer of plastic paper on the projector can affect other layers. So it's important that we're mindful of taking care of our grand projector. I'm sounding like a preachy hippie or something, but there is something to taking care of our host of these different realities. And I could keep rambling, but I'm not going to. What I shall do instead, because this is another ME change, is I shall sing. Off key still, but now I enjoy singing to strangers. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. So let's love all. We're all in this together, whether we want to be or not. I love you.